Hey everyone, ready to deep dive into business in Cotonou, Benin?
I am. Let's go.
All right. We're dissecting a panel discussion from Beninfo 247 on YouTube. Entrepreneurs and experts giving the lowdown on this West African market.
Sounds fascinating.
So one thing that jumped out at me, they focused a lot on the cosmetics market.
Yeah, they were highlighting the purchasing power of women and children in Benin.
Interesting. I know we see that in other markets,
Yeah.
but I'm curious, why is this demographic so powerful there?
It seems like it's a few things. Culturally, women are often the primary decision makers for household spending, especially for personal care.
Ah, I see.
And then it's kind of rooted in tradition. Women often manage the household finances, gives them a lot of control.
Okay, so that makes a lot of sense for cosmetics. Let's say I'm listening and thinking, all right, I'm in. How do I get started? What do they say about breaking into that market?
First thing they emphasized, the legal stuff. Gotta register. Connect with the Chamber of Commerce to get your business officially registered.
Makes sense.
Then there's Benin's version of NAFDAC in Nigeria. It regulates food and drug products. That includes cosmetics.
So even though it's a bustling market, still regulations to make sure everything's legit.
Exactly.
How long does that registration usually take?
Officially, 3 days.
Wow, that's not bad.
But the panel said to expect it to take closer to a week, realistically.
Good to know. So once you're registered, are we talking entrepreneurs making their own products?
Not really. They actually said most sellers import existing products. They don't manufacture much themselves.
Oh, interesting. So it's more finding successful products and bringing those into Benin.
Exactly. It's a smart move, especially starting out.
Yeah.
Testing the waters with products that already work before maybe thinking about local production later.
Makes sense. But I'm guessing importing has its own challenges.
Oh, yeah. They emphasize that difference between food and non-food products. Even though cosmetics are non-food, you still got to follow Benin's import rules.
Like what?
Could be labeling requirements or restrictions on certain ingredients, all to protect consumers.
Okay, so got to do your homework, be prepared. Now, they mentioned bootstrapping. Can you explain that?
Yeah, so bootstrapping's starting lean, resourceful, leveraging what you have, like using your smartphone to get going. Then as you grow, upgrade to a laptop and other tools.
Maximizing your impact with minimal resources. Love that.
Yeah.
But any specific examples? How can a smartphone be a business?
Kit. You can use design apps to create marketing stuff, research your market online, connect with suppliers, even manage your social media, all from your phone.
Wow.
It's about being scrappy, innovative, especially starting out.
That's incredible. And it sounds like the panel put those skills to work with their market sizing. They estimated there are like 2.9 million potential female customers for cosmetics in Benin. Huge.
Yes. Right, and they got that number by looking at the total female population, then narrowed it down to those 16 and above. And they assumed about 90% of women in that age range use some cosmetics.
It's a simplified approach, but it gives a good idea of the potential.
Yeah, for sure.
For everyone listening, does that number make sense to you? What else could influence that? Things like income levels, cultural preferences, even social media trends. It's all connected.
It definitely is. That critical thinking is what the panel encourages. They also brought up another fascinating thing. The perception that different nationalities have strengths in specific business areas in Benin.
Oh, so like everyone has their specialty, their niche, but where do these perceptions even come from? Is there any truth to them?
It's a mix of things, I think. Historical trade patterns, cultural influences, even word of mouth, all building up over time. For example, they mentioned Lebanese entrepreneurs are often associated with food businesses, sourcing fresh produce. And then Nigerians are seen as the go-to for things like clothing, cosmetics, hair products, even food, too.
So if I'm in a Cotonou market craving fresh produce, I might look for a Lebanese vendor. But for a new outfit, I'd be searching for a Nigerian shop, like an unwritten rule book.
Exactly. And while it can be helpful for customers, the panel was clear. It doesn't mean you're stuck in those boxes.
So you can break the mold, find success outside those specializations.
Absolutely. They did say it might take more effort, though. Building trust and overcoming those expectations, you'd have to really prove your expertise and quality.
Like breaking down a barrier, showing you can excel where people don't expect it. But used correctly, these perceptions could be powerful for a smart entrepreneur.
Totally. For instance, they talked about how Nigerians are often seen as dominant in the tech market, specifically electronics and phone accessories.
Which makes sense, considering their connections to big tech hubs in Asia. They're probably the first to import the newest gadgets. Gives them a competitive edge.
Exactly. So understanding these perceptions is key for anyone entering the Beninese market, no matter where you're from.
It's all about knowing the landscape and using that knowledge to your advantage. Now, shifting gears, they talked about how many restaurants are in Cotonou. They even compared them to pharmacies and supermarkets. Benin really loves food.
They do.
Huh.
And the panel said this is because Beninese people have diverse palates. They're open to trying new cuisines. They even shared a story about atieke. It's an Ivorian dish that's become super popular in Benin. It shows how food can cross borders and become a shared experience.
That's awesome. But let's get practical. Someone's listening, dreaming of opening a restaurant in Cotonou. What are the must-know steps?
Registration, just like with cosmetics. You'll need to register with the Chamber of Commerce and get an IFU. That's your taxpayer identification number.
Your official stamp of approval.
Exactly. And of course, with food, hygiene is key. The panel highlighted inspections from the Ministry of Health, making sure everything's safe and up to standards.
Protecting public health and building trust with customers.
Right. Now get this. The panel said the average profit margin for restaurants in Benin is only 3%.
3, that's low.
It is. So they really emphasized if you're just in it for a quick buck, maybe not the best fit. They encouraged aspiring restaurateurs to focus on passion, creativity, and offering a unique experience rather than just profit.
So it's about loving what you do and creating something special. But I bet they gave some guidance, right? Steps to navigate this.
Oh, yeah. They outlined 8 key steps.
Thanks,
Starts with
Jane.
research, understanding the market, competition, and local tastes. Then, legal stuff, making sure you're operating legally. Next, location. You know, foot traffic, accessibility, all that.
Then the fun part, creating the menu.
Exactly. But maintaining those hygiene standards is a must. And once you've got those amazing dishes, you'll need a solid marketing plan. Attract customers, get people talking.
Right, and great customer service is important too.
Yeah.
Make people feel welcome, exceed expectations.
Then staffing. The panel suggested starting solo if you can and gradually hiring as you grow.
Classic bootstrapping.
Exactly. Starting small, building organically, fueled by passion. And the panel highlighted how well-suited that approach is to restaurants in Benin. You can start with your own savings, build a loyal customer base, then gradually formalize things as you go.
It's amazing how passion and resourcefulness can lead to success. And that mindset can work across different businesses in Benin. So whether it's cosmetics or culinary masterpieces, the key is starting small doesn't mean thinking small.
It's about vision.
Understanding the local market, building success step by step.
We're just getting started. Stay tuned, we'll dive even deeper into what the Beninese market has to offer. You know, before we move on, I want to go back to something the panel mentioned about restaurants in Benin.
Oh, okay.
They said that while there are tons of restaurants in Cotonou, the average profit margin is super low, like only 3%. Made me wonder why so many people open restaurants if it's so hard to make money.
Yeah, you'd think that would discourage people.
Right. But they had some interesting thoughts on that. They said profit is important, but it's not the only thing driving Beninese entrepreneurs.
So what else is motivating them to get into such a tough industry?
A lot of it seems to be passion
Hmm.
and that connection to food and community. The panel emphasized that for many Beninese people, food is more than just fuel. It's part of their culture, their social lives.
So it's less about making a ton of money and more about creating a place where people can connect, share meals, have a special experience.
Exactly. And they even gave a specific example, atieke. It's a dish from Ivory Coast, but it's become super popular in Benin.
I heard of that.
They talked about how Beninese chefs have taken this dish, made it their own, adapted it to their own traditions. Shows how dynamic Beninese cuisine is. That willingness to try new things.
That's really cool. It shows there's room for creativity even in a crowded market. But for someone actually thinking about opening a restaurant in Cotonou, what advice did they have about that low profit margin?
Some practical tips. First, keep costs low. Start small, maybe even work from home at first. Expand gradually as you grow.
Bootstrapping again.
Yep. They also stressed finding ways to stand out. Specialize in a type of cuisine, offer unique experience, focus on local, high-quality ingredients.
Find your niche.
Exactly. And they talked about building relationships, too, with
Yeah.
your suppliers, with your customers. When profits are low, every bit of efficiency and loyalty matters.
Makes sense. So success in the Beninese restaurant scene is less about a formula and more about being adaptable, resourceful, and passionate about food.
Absolutely. Now, remember how the panel ended by asking viewers what businesses or topics they'd like to explore more in Benin?
Yeah, like opening up the conversation.
Right. So we want to ask you that too. If you were to start a business in Cotonou, what would it be? Why?
Yeah. What skills would you bring? What needs do you see that aren't being met?
Think about what excites you. What are you passionate about? What problems do you want to solve?
Cotonou's got so much potential. It's a place where creativity thrives. So dream big.
And as you think about it, remember what we've discussed. The power of women and children as consumers, the importance of understanding local perceptions, the power of bootstrapping.
All that can shape your business idea, guide your approach.
Now, let's switch gears a bit. The panel also talked about technology, specifically the perception that Nigerians dominate electronics and phone accessories in Benin. Why do you think that is?
While we talk about their connections to those Asian tech hubs, makes sense they'd be the ones importing the newest gadgets.
Yeah, that early access gives them a big advantage. But it's not just the products. The panel also said Nigerian entrepreneurs are known for being great marketers and negotiators. They build trust, close deals.
So it's a combo. The products, the marketing, and the reputation they've built in the Beninese market.
Exactly. Now, this is interesting. Let's say you're not Nigerian, but you want to break into tech in Benin. How could you use this knowledge to your advantage?
Good question. Maybe find a niche that's not as dominated by Nigerian entrepreneurs. Specialize in a specific type of tech. Offer services like repairs or training. Focus on a certain market.
I like that. It's about differentiating yourself, offering something valuable that's missing.
Right. You could also partner with established Nigerian businesses. Tap into their networks. Learn from them.
Smart. It's about collaboration, learning from those who are already successful. But beyond partnerships, I think building your own reputation for quality is key. No matter where you're from, show customers they can trust you.
Trust is huge, especially where perceptions matter so much. So anyone venturing into Benin's tech market, do your homework, understand the competition, and offer something unique and valuable.
And don't be afraid to challenge those perceptions. Innovation is always in demand.
Now let's talk about something crucial, the legal stuff. We touched on it, but let's go deeper. What did the panel say about navigating that in Benin?
They emphasize that Benin is business-friendly, but there are rules. Register your business, get the right permits and licenses, pay your taxes.
Sounds pretty standard. What's unique about Benin?
They talked about the difference between formal and informal businesses. The government's trying to formalize things, but lots of businesses still operate informally.
So what's that mean for someone starting out?
You have a choice. Formal registration, which takes time and can be bureaucratic, or informal, which is easier at first but riskier later on.
Convenience versus security.
Exactly. The panel didn't say one way is better. They just laid out the facts and said to weigh the pros and cons.
So what should someone consider when making that decision?
Depends on a lot. What kind of business, your goals, your risk tolerance, how comfortable you are with bureaucracy.
So someone risk-averse who wants a long-term, stable business, probably better off going formal.
Most likely, yeah. Takes more effort up front, but it's a solid foundation.
But someone just testing the waters, starting small, informal, could work.
It could, but remember, challenges come with that. Harder to get loans, government contracts, or even enforce contracts in court.
Got to weigh those options.
Yeah. And the panel said, if you're unsure, get professional advice. A local lawyer or consultant can help you figure out the best path.
Good advice. Always smart to tap into local expertise. Now, zooming out a bit, what about the overall entrepreneurial scene in Benin? What did they say about the challenges and opportunities?
They acknowledged it's not easy. Access to financing can be tough. There's competition, bureaucracy.
Not all sunshine and roses.
Right. But they also talked about how resilient and resourceful Benin's entrepreneurs are. They find creative ways to overcome obstacles, build successful businesses, and contribute to the economy.
Determination and adaptability are key.
Absolutely. They highlighted some opportunities, too. Growing middle class, demand for goods and services, and government support for small businesses.
So optimism despite the challenges.
Definitely. They mentioned the government's focus on promoting entrepreneurship. There are programs for training, financing, and even simplifying registration.
That's good. Shows they recognize the importance of small businesses.
They also talked about technology driving innovation, creating new opportunities. The rise of e-commerce, mobile money, all that. Positive changes happening.
Sounds like a lot of potential in the Beninese market. Challenges and opportunities where creativity and resilience are essential.
Exactly. As we wrap up this part, a thought-provoking question.
Okay, hit me.
Given everything we've discussed, what are the most important qualities for an entrepreneur to have in Benin?
I think it's more than a good idea. It's the right mindset, the skills to navigate a dynamic environment.
Totally. So, as you explore opportunities in Cotonou, think about what you bring to the table. What qualities will help you thrive there?
Finding the right fit for your skills, passions, and entrepreneurial spirit.
And remember, we're here to help.
Okay, back for the final part of our Cotonou deep dive. Lots of info, but I think we've gotten some really good insights.
Yeah, definitely. Cosmetics market, the restaurant scene, Nigerians in tech, those perceptions, the legal stuff.
And the bigger picture of entrepreneurship in Benin, all the challenges and opportunities.
Before we finish up, there's something that Kettle kept coming back to that I want to highlight.
What's that?
Passion and purpose. They really stress that profit is important, but real success in Benin comes from something more.
Yeah, finding what you're passionate about, using your business to do good.
Right. They told stories about entrepreneurs driven by wanting to solve problems, create jobs, help their communities, and that seemed to give them resilience even when things got tough.
That's inspiring. It's about more than just the money. It's about making a positive impact.
Exactly. And that's relevant for anyone listening. As you think about starting your own journey in Cotonou, what values do you want to bring to your business? What positive change do you want to make?
Yeah, those deeper motivations can guide your choices and help you stay focused when things get hard.
So let's put it all together. What are the key takeaways from this deep dive?
I think the biggest one is Cotonou's full of potential. Dynamic market, it's challenging but rewarding if you're willing to work for it.
Definitely. But it's not easy money. Success in Benin takes understanding the culture, the business world, the specific opportunities and challenges.
So before you jump in, do your research. Talk to local experts. Be ready to adapt and learn.
And that passion and purpose, it's so important. Find something you love and let that drive you.
Okay, lots to take in. Let's make it actionable. What can our listeners do right now to start exploring Cotonou?
Keep learning. Dig deeper into the areas that interest you. Articles, videos, talk to people doing business there.
Networking is huge. Connect with entrepreneurs, business groups, government agencies. Get those insights, build relationships.
And if you're really serious, think about visiting. See Cotonou firsthand, meet potential partners, get a feel for the place.
Yeah, immerse yourself. Try the food, soak up the energy.
And remember, at the end, the panel asks viewers to share their own dreams, their questions about Benin.
So we're asking you too. What are you curious about? What's holding you back? What support do you need?
Don't be shy. Reach out, share your thoughts, connect with others on the same path.
We're in this together. And by collaborating, learning, supporting each other, we can unlock Cotonou's potential. Make a brighter future for everyone.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive, we want to leave you feeling excited.
The road might be tough, but with passion, purpose, and the right guidance, you can achieve amazing things in this vibrant market.
Thanks for joining us. Keep those sparks flying, and we'll catch you on our next deep dive.